Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. I am just finishing up a little bit of food. About to grab myself some coffee, and I'm making the Discord announcement. Longsword day, longsword day. And I'm gonna pog. Hold on. There we go. All right. Dark Steel, thank you for the 2. Thank you. Appreciate you. Give me 30 seconds, I'll switch over and we'll get started. Today's actually going to be a pretty fun day as far as the stream goes because we're going to be working on the longsword a lot of this stream, which is something we haven't done in a long time, so give me a second. Green, can you send me a pic that goes hard? Yeah, send me. Okay, 2 seconds. I'll get coffee, then we good. It's Longsword Day, yes! All right, thank you all very much for waiting. Appreciate you. Now then, let me check chat, see what's going on. Oh, look at me, right off the get-go. Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. This is a very important stream today, and I need you to understand why. I'm gonna have to explain to you something rather elaborate. But actually, it's not that elaborate. It's relatively simple. But it has to do with this longsword here. You see this thing? Pretty nice, right? Not bad. I'd go as far as to say this is probably the best longsword we're gonna get until somebody like goes through manually and makes a completely custom one. So here's the deal. This is the first vehicle I ever made with the Halo 3 mod tools. Like, ever. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. It needs work. It's not bad. I've redone its physics. I've redone its effects. I've given it cool animations and all that jazz. But that's not good enough. Sorry, that was some spicy food. Oh my god. That's not good enough. Alright? This thing needs a touch-up. It needs its wings to fall off. It needs fire, destruction, smoke. It needs everything. Make it boost? Oh, it does. I'll show you. In fact, let me give you the grand tour of what this longsword does right now. Does it have an interior? It does. So, let me show you, and then I'll tell you how we're going to touch it up even further and make it goddamn beautiful. Let's go. So, here's where it's at right now. The longsword... Oh, it's got landing gear. It's got landing gear. It's also got this ramp. Reminiscent of the one that it had in Custom Edition. Whoa! Awesome Shark Guy. Thank you for that $20 tip. God damn. That's super generous. Man, using the tip link in the description. That's how I know you love me. Thank you, though. For real. Appreciate that a lot. Now then, you jump in the longsword, you go, oh, wow. Walk inside, you're like, oh man, I'm getting flashbacks to Custom Edition. You walk all the way to the pilot seat and boom, you can pilot the longsword. Not bad, eh? Not bad. However, while the interior does look pretty awesome, and you can fully walk inside of it and jump around and everything, it does need a little bit of work. And I'll talk about the specifics of it later, but first we jump inside. We got it. So right off the bat, it's a relatively slow vehicle. And that's okay. I think it should be. But that's exactly why I gave it a boost. Which looks like this. Demon, thank you very much for that tenner. That's 2 fivers. That's 2 fivers. Thank you very much. Might want to read what Green said. Okay, yeah, sorry. My chat, I was not reading it as I was eating and getting coffee right before this, so give me a second, I'll catch up. You posted again, we got a lobby of 7 people playing the Minecraft mod. I should join. I might. I kind of jumped on here with full intention and obsession with the longsword. Give me a minute to get everything started, and I'll get back to you. But realistically, if I do join, it probably won't be for a little bit. I do want to play, but we'll see. Alright, I will. Appreciate it, though. Also, the download of 3.6 GB. Alright. So there you go. This is the longsword. It's got nice boost, it's got decent effects, nice engines and all that stuff. It's got a full interior, but most importantly, just like it had in Custom Edition, it has a nuke. And I did my best to make it like faithful but upgraded from that old one, because I'm not gonna lie, I love that. Is it wise to put a nuke on this thing? I'll be real with you, definitely not. But it's so fucking cool. It's so cool. One second. Okay. There we go. Beautiful mushroom cloud rising up into the sky. You love to see it. So, of course, I want to keep the nuke on this thing because it's badass. But realistically, this thing is only going to work in massive scale mods. I just killed the main character in COD 4. I did. I absolutely did. I'll need to put this thing on a cooldown and give it a visual indicator on the HUD so that you know when your nuke is up and when it's not. And it'll probably have a very long cooldown because it's enormous. I also might make a smaller, like, tactical style nuke because, let's be real, this is fucking huge. But we'll see what happens. In any case, that's going to stay on it for now. The other thing that I do want to do today, though, is fix this model. Now, there's a couple things I want to point out here. Let me set game speed to 0 and fly around a little bit. So here's the longsword and all of its beauty. You love it. This has bugged me forever. You see this little winglet? The shading is so bad. The shading on the whole longsword is bad. I need to go through and fix the shading on the entire model, and then this will look really natural and good. I also need to go through and fix the primary weapons, which, for whatever reason, just don't work, like, at all. I can touch up the animations, and the landing gear isn't always in the cargo bay, because other players can stand inside the longsword. Oh, I should probably also fix that. Oh my god. Garnt, thank you very much for that 420 in the tip jar. Thank you, thank you. Imagine doing a full touch-up of the Corvette. Ooh, I might. It's pretty good right now, but it does actually need some touch-ups after everything. Oh, damn. The nuke's still over there in the distance. That's ominous. Alright, I'm definitely going to have to make some adjustments to the landing gear, but generally it's pretty good. Demon, thank you for that fiber as well. Gonna make it so people other than those hoes can drive it easier. Oh, than the host. Yeah, that was the other thing I was gonna do. And there's actually a really easy fix for that that I will be implementing. And I'll show you how it works. It's kind of nifty. The nuke is doing a heart. Is it? Oh, you're right. Make love, not war. Or make love in war by dropping heart-shaped nukes. Alright, anyway, let's not get caught up in any details and instead focus on how we're going to make this like the most badass longsword ever. Now, I want to ask you guys your opinions, because I value your opinions as stream watchers, mod appreciators, and most importantly, Halo fans. I think there's going to be two variants of the longsword. One's going to have a nuke, and one's gonna have, like, I don't know, some other bomb. I think that's a fair thing to do. Most importantly, I want to touch up this model today, which I hope you can respect. It'll be a little bit tedious, but fun nonetheless. And I'm going to be giving it damage states. So, we're going to go take a look at the destroyed... Oh, it fires out of its belly. What the fuck? That explains a lot. Alright, we're going to be taking a look at the only crashed longsword that I know of in Halo 3, which is on a single-player mission. Also, hi, good to see you. It's on a single-player mission that is Waste, aka the Ark, which I'm sure you remember. Longsword comes crashing down at one point in the mission, hits the ground. Lovely. And while this loads, I'm going to quickly grab some coffee, and then we can take a look at how much destruction we can really add to this longsword. Oh yeah, I know most of you are already stream viewers, like regulars. So you've already seen me drive the Scarab like a gazillion times. What did you guys think? I haven't made a video in like so many months. I finally put out a video on the Halo 2 Scarab today. And what was it? Not anonymous. Throwaway account. He can never again give me shit because I finally put out a video. And I'm gonna be doing a lot more too. If any of you saw it. What'd you think? Decent? Not bad, eh? Demon, thank you very much. Appreciate it. For that $5, Virgin video watchers and Chad stream watchers. So true. Imagine not tuning into a RejectedShotgun modding live stream. I have everything you could ever want here. Halo soundtracks, custom modded content that is up to my quality standards, which unfortunately are very high. And I mean, honestly, you just don't need any more than that. That's it. That's live your best life. ZachFair117 with the $5. Thank you very much. Maybe have a non-nuke variant, do a carpet bombing. Carpet bombing would be cool. But then again, that's kind of hard for people to get used to. But I think they'll get used to it if they figure it out. Steal my idea. I see you, Kiram. I see you. This level's taking a minute to load. Oh, I still have BattleNet open. Hold on. Oh. Alright, and we get my webcam back. Wicked. Okay. Called the Love Maker, because it doesn't do war, it does love. Perhaps. No flood music. Oh, in ember clad. Sweet. Demon, thank you very much for that $5. Appreciate it. Honestly, the video brought me back to the time when I offered it to upscale the Scarab textures for you. I know. Can you believe how long ago that was? I was checking through my screenshot folders to see when everything was happening, and I was genuinely shocked to see how long that was. Like, how long ago that was. Alright. Here is a destroyed longsword. Check it out. Bungie did the work for me. Hyper7, thank you very much for that $5. Tip jar in the description. But thank you very much. Appreciate it. Gimme crust? Actually, I have flood crust. I've had it all along, but I never made it an item that I can put in game. The flood crust has been exclusive to a single map I made long ago. Oh my god, wait, the longsword actually has had flaps the whole time. Holy shit. Look at this. I didn't just invent them. It's real. It's real. It's right there. Well, mine are kind of in the wrong spot, technically. But no, wait. There's 2 sets of flaps. Holy shit. Wow. That makes me want to go even harder on the animations. In Ember Clad or Forward Unto Dawn. That's a toughie. That's a toughie. Probably have to go with forward unto dawn. Anyway, though, this is a destroyed longsword, and I'm gonna steal it, and I'm gonna make it mine. Does it have an interior? Like, what am I seeing here? Oh no, it has like a fake interior. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna steal this, and not only am I gonna steal it, I'm gonna steal this, and this, and this, and this, and it's all just gonna explode into pieces. Cool. All right. So in order to steal this, I need to go here, go to my Halo 3 folder, which is here, as you can see. And I need to extract the map. But not only do I need to extract the map, I need to extract this specific map here that has the longsword on it. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the BSP 10? Yeah, let's see. I think it's 10. I'll double check by loading one that doesn't have 10. Yeah, this is Wasted BSP 10. So now that I know what it's called, I'm going to go find it. So it should be under tags, levels, solo, waste, and then it's this BSP right here, or this one. 070 underscore BSP underscore 10. Then I go here, and we can extract it super easily. Tool, extract, import, info, and then I quote it, and then it's 070 underscore BSP underscore 010 dot scenario structure BSP. And just like that, I yoinked that level straight out of the game. Now I can open up Blender and check it out. Speaking of which, though, I also need to find out where my longsword model is, because I have not opened it in so long. H2A, H2A, longsword, longsword, H2A. Okay, I have my longsword file still. Last opened, oh my god. I made this longsword over a year ago. Over a year ago. Holy shit. Drake's Sanghili wife has tipped 1337. Thank you very much, my Sanghili wife. Drake, honey, come to bed. Let those people just watch the video you posted. So true. To think that I just not only post a video, but also stream on the same day. You're so right. Okay. As much as I want to just start editing the model and going to town and making it look like super good, when we load back up the other map. There we go. As much as I want to do that, I really need to open up the level and grab that model of the longsword. So it should be under... Oh, maybe it extracts to the right folder. It did. There it is. So I'll do import as. And now we'll get the whole level into Blender. It's that easy. Why all the sad music here? We'll switch it up. Ooh, it's a good one. I used this in my Scarab video, so people got Mombasa vibes while I was fighting it. Okay, where is the level? Here it is. Okay. So hide that, hide that, hide that. We don't want any portals or seam sealers or any of that crap. Is this the right one? It is. Okay, so here's our longsword. The longsword is split into different pieces. It's the whole longsword, plus it's got some extra debris. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. I want all of these together. I want this, this, this. Anything I'm missing there? Oh yeah, I want this, this, and this. So all of these longsword pieces and this. They all look good. I don't actually want this wing over here. I'll make that a separate piece that comes off of it, and I'll just get all these. I could help you with the smoothing groups on the wings. No, I appreciate it, but I'm going to do my best to take care of it all myself without having to rely on too many people for stuff. But okay, I do want all this. God, excuse me. Alright, I'm going to join them all together. And apply all transforms. Clear parent. And yeah, I'm just going to delete everything that's... Actually, no, wait, I also want this. I want this wing as well, so I'll join those. Apply all transforms, clear its parent. And as far as actual models of the longsword on the map, I think it's literally just these two things. So... should be good. Is this called Longsword 175 and Longsword 168? We'll do Longsword main, and then I'll call the other one Longsword Gib. And that's going to be temporary, that way I can see them at the top, and I can delete literally everything else. Boom. So now these are the only things left on the map. You love to see it. So I'll take these two, and I'll move them all the way over to 0, 0. That way I can easily access them. I will also rotate them appropriately. So we'll get all transforms. Boom. Boom. And from the side, we rotate it this way. And would you look at that? That's not bad. Now the longsword is kind of evened out, sitting here appropriately. You love to see it. Longsword guts. True. Probably will have to scale this up a bit because the Halo 3 longswords, like their scale is really small for some reason and doesn't make any physical sense. However, yeah, it's got its materials. It's a really simple model. So I will save this to, not to structure. Should be Longsword H2A. Now I'm going to call this Longsword Destroyed. And I'll come back for these later. It was really important that I snagged the destroyed longsword model from the Ark. But yeah, I will come back to these later. Because now I need to actually open the longsword model itself and do a little bit of work on it. So it does have a lot of sharps marked already, which is good. Sharps are those blue lines that you see there. And I can show you in game. Basically, they well, they mark a sharp edge so that things aren't set to be smooth. Like, for example, you can see there's kind of these sharp edges. The way this is shaded right here, there's this like triangle. It's got this really hard line. Whereas this is smooth, but this is hard, and that's because these little triangles are marked blue in Blender. And what I need to do, the one thing that's been bothering the hell out of me, is my really crappy cutout of this. I need to hide these two. I need to mark all of these edges here that I did sharp. I did this like in the most cursed way ever, but it worked. I literally used the knife tool and cut it out just because I'm that kind of guy. Or I was that kind of guy over a year ago when I did this. But you know what? It worked at the end of the day, and people who are going to get mad at me for my shitty Blender maneuvers, they can eat my ween. Am I going to have working flaps? It actually does have working flaps already. They're subtle, but they are there. I'm tempted to add more now that I know there are more, but... we'll see. I mean, I was flying it around earlier, if you saw, and the flaps did animate. They're just subtle is all. Okay, it looks like I'm not missing any vertices here, so that's good. I'll fix that in a second, but anyway. Control E, mark sharp. Oh, see that scuffed shading? Watch it smooth itself. It says random dark line. Boom. Oh, the shading is so perfect now. Oh. Okay. Before I nut too much, there's also another thing I need to do, which is to put the vertice there. Fix the model a little bit. Love to see it. I think I have to do the same on the other side. Yep. Missing a little vertex here. Boom. Clean that up real quick. I did such a shitty job the first time around on this that the Longsword's model ended up looking like really, really messy. This will go a long way. I'm literally gonna sit here and like, I'm gonna nut on stream when you see the difference that this makes. Maybe it only matters to me as much as it seems, but it's gonna be like, this has bothered me for so long and I just like haven't done anything about it. Okay. See all the shading? Look at that shading. Wait for it, wait for it. Oh, it's so clean. Oh. 2 days until Forge Beta. I know, I'm gonna be streaming the hell out of that. There's gonna be so many better Forge streamers to watch, but I'm gonna... I'm just gonna hope that somebody updates Infinite's runtime tag viewer and I'm gonna be modding the game while I'm forging just to see what kind of weird shit I can get up to. Everyone else is like, I'm gonna script. I'm like, I'm gonna spawn Pelicans. Oh, the shading. Oh, it's so... You literally can't even tell that it's a separate object anymore. That's what I was hoping for. But I was too dumb when I made this to know how important the sharps were. Because I was a noob. I can't believe I just sat on this all this time and never fixed these little winglets. Remember, kids, mark your sharps. Keep your shading the way that you want it to look. Like, look at this is ridiculous, alright? The shading on this is like a blob. It's like weird and round. It's kind of hard to see, but it's like weird, and then just boom. Night and day by marking those sharps. It literally, where's that flap? I don't know. It looks like all one piece because they're all perfectly sharply shaded. Ah, you love to see it. Okay, I know this is a bit of a boring part, but trust me, when this goes in game in a second, you're gonna understand why I'm cooming everywhere. So, let's see, primary trigger is set, override. These are my two little primary triggers, cool. Where is my driver's seat? Longsword drive. So I am gonna fix the driver's seat now. Okay, in the final cutscene of Halo 1, Chief drives it from this seat, so... I'll rotate it Y, the X, 90. Rotate X, minus 90. Okay. And then, I place this here, and then here, and we'll have Chief sit right... Here? Yeah, here. Right there. No, I think we're just getting started. This is like the perfect, like actually the perfect music for this. Okay, so then this, I'm gonna make Longsword enter as a marker here. I'll move it back a little bit actually, so people have an easier time getting in. Before I fix the thing where people can get in by just going up to the driver's seat even in multiplayer, I'm just going to show you how this is. So this is a folder I haven't gone into in a long time, in about a year, but let's see. Vehicles, Longsword H2A. All right. It's only render in physics model? Where's my collision model? Hello? Okay, whatever. Replace these. Here we go. Let me get close to these flaps so you can understand how big of a deal this is. Okay. You see this? Night and day. Here we go. Tool, render, objects, vehicles, longsword, H2A. Final. I'm gonna let this load. Full screen. Just wait for it. You'll know it when you see it. I should have done this so long ago. Okay, I have it on my other monitor. Oh wait, here it comes. Are you ready? It's night and day. I'm telling you, that was so worth it. That's completely different. It was so newbie before. It was so bad. It was so bad. Now you can't even tell that there's something been cut out of these flaps. Looks brand new. Exactly. And look, when I fly it, and you can see the flaps move, like, it looks way more natural. It's really subtle, admittedly. But they are there, and they do move. I'm actually tempted to add the second set of flaps now that it looks like so decent. But yeah, you can see the flaps, they do animate. There is technically this, I just realized after looking at the Crash Longsword, is also another flap right next to it, which would look kind of cool because obviously, you know, aircraft generally have 2 or more sets of flaps. Texture seam? Where's the texture seam on the ramp? I'll kill it right now. Demo Gaming, thank you very much for your fiber. Appreciate it. Just joined the stream, wondering if an interior for the Frigate existed. Would you make it, or would that be too heavy? So I had somebody, a really, really cool, talented dude, pull through, and he designed an entire interior map for the Frigate, and he accidentally lost it all in a hard drive crash the other day. I think he's going to recreate it as a map, which would be sick. And if he does, I'm going to hit him up and be like, hey, how low poly is that? Because all I'm saying is, we could import that on a whole vehicle. That's all I'm saying. Think about it. Think about it. Oh, there, there he is. Is it possible to make the longsword rotate more when it turns? Oh wait, let me see. But. It's also made the longsword rotate more when it turns while boosting. It would make more sense than just turning how it does now. Also, did I fix the landing gear? Oh, I haven't fixed the landing gear. Right now it's just set as an opening and closing animation, but I will. Because I really like dynamic landing gear. Now then, I do want to fix the markers on this because while we were in Blender, I did set up the new markers for where Chief sits right here, and the area that triggers where you enter from, which is this point right here. So it should be easier for people to get in now since it's just literally there. And the origin point of the vehicle is right here, and my trick is, so let me explain this issue that has existed in the Halo engine for a long time and the really cursed solution to it. So this is what I did to make it so people can enter the Corvette in multiplayer. This point where the X and the y-axis meet, or the z and the x-axis meet, this is the origin. And the Halo engine knows that as far as the longsword is concerned, its origin is right here. And there's this weird technical issue where if you want to get inside this longsword, this point right here is where it pops up the text says, hey, press this button to enter the longsword. And if you're hosting a multiplayer game, you'll have no issues with that. But if you're in a multiplayer game, you have to be within 3 units of the origin point and within the radius of that. So there's like this tiny little overlapping section between 3 units around this and 3 units of this. So wherever they overlap, kind of like a Venn diagram, that is the only place you can enter the longsword. It's annoying and stupid, but that's just how it works. So my solution is, fuck having this sit naturally on the flat grid. I say screw that. Just drag this and move it down like that, so that the origin point is literally on the driver's seat, so that there's no issues. Maybe raise the origin point then, but you can't. So instead I have to move the longsword down. The reason I'm not doing that this very second is because it'll break all the animations. Like, as you can see, this has, I think, the landing gear animation on it? Yeah, so it has the landing gear animation on it. So it'll break that animation, and I'll have to go fix all of its animations to stop that from happening. But yeah, that is a thing. Very fun. Love dealing with that. And it's been like that in all games. Do you know if there's any available assets for the longsword? I would love to port it over and make a VR chat while using it. Yeah, there's absolutely. This model that I got here, I got from the Halo archive. I had to rig it so that, you know, I could animate all the different parts of it, but it was completely just available for download on the Halo archive Discord server. They had links to the Google Drive and stuff. If you are not a part of it, I may be able to link you to it. They are a great community, really, really great community. And they have every Halo asset you could really ever want, to be real with you. And one of the head guys there, Plastered Crab, is a really, really dope dude. And he keeps things going smoothly. I'm pretty sure him and many others do, but still. They're good people. Arthur K, thank you very much for your fire. Appreciate it. Always good to see you. I can technically recover the Frigate files, but can't open them after recovery. If you know anything about data recovery, let me know off stream. Great live stream, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate it. Most people would not enjoy watching me mark sharps on a model, but if that's your thing, then I'm glad. As far as data recovery goes, it should theoretically function right, unless for whatever reason the file is corrupted. But that's usually uncommon. It depends. I don't know the circumstances of how you lost the hard drive file, so it's hard for me to say with any certainty, but there's good data recovery software out there I'm aware of. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? I'm afraid to say data recovery is definitely not my specialty. I've only had to do it a handful of times, and the software that I found ended up working just really good for it. So I'm afraid that it's out of my area of expertise. But off-the-shelf software these days is pretty handy. Okay, this is starting to look good. So basically I just kind of noticed that the shading on the ramp sucked ass. So I think I marked everything. Check this out. See the shading on this ramp? Here we go. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again. Oh! Oh, it's so clean. Ah, you know what, actually? These edges. You don't get to be sharp. I lied. I like them when they're smooth. No more sharp corners. They look bad. Makes it look low poly. Let's see. How does it look? How does it look? Oh! Oh, wait. Oh, that ruined everything. Okay, I'll keep it like that. Good enough. Good enough. Fixing the longsword is making rejected shotgun cream. That's not true. No. How accurate is Blender's lighting compared to in-game? It's way more noticeable in-game. Blender's is good. It's a decent approximation, but Halo's lighting is like pretty intense, which is why. Oh god, that wing is the wing is just so smooth now. Good lord. Oh. Jadion, thank you very much for those 10 syrupy dollars. Thank you, thank you. Jesus fucking Christ, people, back up your stuff. I have all my custom tags in my own segregated folder and have it synced to Google Drive. I save all my blend files directly to Google Drive. I would save everything to Google Drive personally, but Google has my account like utterly screwed up. I can't add payments ever. They broke it in like 2013, and I think it was so long ago that my account is like permanently scuffed, and I can't contact anyone about it because Google doesn't have like customer support. So I can never pay for Google Drive. I wonder if weighted normals would work in Halo to fix the condor shading. Is there issues with the condor shading? I didn't really take a good look at it. Let me look at the longsword, speaking of which, while we're here. I want to notice if there's any areas that need some shading fixes. I think generally it's pretty good. Yeah, I think the longsword's actually good. I just wanted to fix those flaps so bad. Oh, corner, not condor. Gotcha. Oh, yeah, you're right. I wonder if weighted... as far as I know, the Halo engine only responds to sharps. I'm not sure. In any case, it's starting to look pretty good. Yeah, all of these have sharps. These don't, though. I feel like these should have sharps. Because the landing gear here, as far as I know, this is actually from a Gary's mod. This landing gear is custom made. It's not actually part of anything from Halo. So all of this is just kind of whatever. I'm going to clean up the model a little bit by making these not so blobby. Like, take a look at these. Tell me if you think this looks blobby, because I think it does. And there's a very good reason for that. And that reason is, I could have sworn you were making a flyable Halo 3 frigate as well. I was. I just got very distracted and ended up making the Reach one because I liked its design a lot better. I still would like to do the Halo 3 frigate, to be honest. It's just not been a huge priority for me. I'm really, surprisingly, enjoying doing this a bit of tedious work, polishing up these vehicles and getting really satisfying results, because I've had so many vehicles. Like, I love making vehicles. It's a blast, but I've had so many for so long, and they're all not polished like at all. They need tons of work to actually be any good in a multiplayer sandbox, and they're just not right now. They really just are not. Boom. Oh, whoops. Boom. Not as blobby anymore. And I'll do the same here. I'm feeling so brave. So brave. Looks good. Hopefully these don't look too sharp. There's a balance you do need to strike when you're doing stuff like this, especially with these lower poly Halo models. And that balance is essentially, if you want to make something look sharp and angular, that's good. But you also don't want to put too many things sharp, or else they'll end up looking like very low poly, which obviously you don't want. You want things to look as high quality and detailed as possible. think adding these little octagonal styled angles will end up looking good, because this is a very machined kind of part. We'll see though. I might change my mind. I think this is also a rather machined part. Give me little minor things to think about. This is a really subtle thing, but honestly, I like it. I want even the landing gear to look nice. Did the Longsword landing gear have suspension physics for landing? Ooh, no they don't, but now that you say that, I want to make that a thing. Hold on. Let me grab these wheels and hide them. They're getting in my way. Okay, better. But yeah, now that you say that, damn. I want to do that. That'd be cool. It wouldn't be very hard to do either. Nice. I do want to say as well, I'm surprisingly excited for Halo Infinite's Forge. You know, a lot of people now have had the opportunity to play it, myself included, and it's a lot of fun. It's a very good Forge. Obviously, it's the best Forge in the franchise. Obviously not as great as Ultimate Forge, obviously, but you know, it's pretty good. You know, I'll give them credit where credit is due. You know what? I lied. I don't want these little octagonal parts to be marked. I want them smooth. They gotta look nicer in the long run. Yeah. Oh my god, that looks so much better already. Holy crap. Ooh. Okay, once I get this in game in a second. Arthur K, thank you very much for that $5. Remember, they did say it is theoretically possible to put campaign AI into Forge. Yeah, it absolutely is. That's crazy. Crazy that you could put campaign AI in Forge. Can't believe they announced that. That's wild. I had no idea. Never heard of that before. Crazy stuff, huh? Thank you for your $5. Appreciate it. Demo as well. Thank you for your tenor. Thank you, thank you. Y'all are coming out of the woodwork all of a sudden. There are bays where landing gear comes out on the bottom of a rendition I found. You can find it on Sketchfab if you're interested. Okay, I'll take a look at it. Thank you very much. I might end up making something like that because, to be honest, there isn't really a great place to put this. And Mr. Banshee, thank you very much for your $5. Appreciate it. Could this be used to touch up the Phantom? Like when you ride side gunner parts on the inside, look blurry and bad poly? Plus use a custom interior physics model? Yeah, there's a whole high quality Phantom interior in ODST that I would end up using for it. Blood music. There's a whole high quality ODST Phantom interior that's used in the final cutscene, and I would put that in there for sure. For sure, for sure. So yeah, that is definitely gonna happen. And I almost did the Phantom today. I literally almost did the Phantom, but I was like, I'm gonna switch things up, be a little crazy, and go to the Longsword. So I did that, and you know, oh god, there's multiple of these. Oh, kill me. All right, well, I'll get to those eventually. Anyhow, this part's nearly done. Sorry, I know there's a couple super chats I need to get to. Let me just obsessively clear these sharps. All right. Brains, thank you very much for that $5. Thank you, thank you. Thoughts on adding a physics grid to this and Pelican so people can walk around inside during the flight like the Albatross? Awesome work as always. Funny you should say that because it already has a physics grid. You can walk around inside of it and it's badass. Somewhere. It's one of these physics objects. Oh, right here. Localized physics block. covers the entire interior. So you can walk around inside the longsword. It's not perfect. You can still get thrown around pretty hard, but it's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, I think the rest of these parts are mostly not rigid. Except for this part, which is. Okay. So we're gonna see what difference that made. It's really a minor detail. I'll be completely straightforward and say that. This is not probably worth a huge time investment, but I do care. I do care, and because I care, I want it to look good. I want everything that I put out to be as high quality as I can. And you'll see here, all that work I did, marking those lines as hard edges. What is that really going to do for this part of the model? Well, I'll just wait and see. Loading, it's computing lighting any second now. How does the door work? Only opens when no one is driving. It'll work how I used to have it. Wait, hold on. It's happening. Any second now. Big model, it might take a sec. Okay, we're definitely waiting a few more seconds than I was expecting. But it is almost done. Any day now. Any day now it'll switch, surely. There we go. Okay. Much, much more rigid. More mechanical looking, harsher edges. I like that. I think that looks good. I think that is an improvement personally. It was just really blobby before. Like really, really blobby. Okay, let me see what else. Motorola, super chatted with Fiverr. Thank you very much, Motorola. Appreciate it. These wheels look bad. Could you just use the Pelican's wheel? You know, honestly, that's not a bad idea. These are not great wheels. I could try it out. That's a good idea for sure. Shit, that's actually a really good idea. I wonder if they'd look good. Yeah, let me give it a try. Let's see what else, though. Demo gaming with the Fiverr. Thank you very much. Rejected cares more for the mods than 3 does for content. I don't want to get into the intricacies and stuff like that. You know, they're working. You know, there's some talented people on their team doing stuff. I'm just a modder, just a super fan. You know, Arthur K. Thank you very much for the tenor. That's 2 Fivers. Appreciate it. Sorry if I asked before, but the Scarab is a moving platform that player sticks to. Is it possible to apply the same principle to a flyable frigate with the interior, or just break the game? Yeah, no, it's totally possible. In fact, that's the same thing the Longsword has. So, yeah, I have that on the Longsword. I had it on the Pelican for a little while. My Albatross vehicle has it too. And it can cause some issues with other vehicles where, like, if you are not super careful about the area it's in, they get, like, stuck to it from the outside. But yeah, it's entirely possible. What it's called is early mover physics, and it's applicable to all vehicles, including frigates. There is a downside though, which is that early mover physics are not perfect. Harsh turns and things will still provide momentum to people inside that. So if I'm in the Longsword and somebody's walking around and I do like a crazy turn, they might still get smacked against a wall and lose all their shields or even die potentially. So on the Scarab it works perfectly because it's really slow, but on really fast moving stuff, it can be harsher. That being said, wait, what the hell? This physics model needs some work. But yeah, sorry. That being said, in Halo 4, it is almost perfect. In fact, as far as I know, I was told in Halo 4, like in Halo 3, if you have early mover physics, you know, you're going to be glued to the object. But in In Halo 3, if the object rotates, you do not rotate, right? You'll still be on it, but you'll be like stood still. In Halo 4, you do actually rotate with it, and apparently that was as part of a cut mission where you were supposed to be jumping from one lich to another lich, and you were supposed to be able to just like get inside and stick to it as they were like flying around dramatically. So the perfect game to do that in would be Halo 4, but you know, obviously it's Halo 4. So basically just make the frigate really slow. You could, if it had big interior spaces, you really wouldn't have to make it really slow. It would be slow turning. Turning is really the killer. Acceleration's not that bad. It's really just turning. Slow turning would save you. But also if they were really big interior spaces, chances are people would just slide around a little bit every once in a while on harsh accelerations. On a frigate like that, I don't think it would be a huge deal. It's mainly on vehicles like this where you're really crammed into like this tight space, and the slightest movement might make you like slap into this wall right here and then take shield damage. But yeah, big frigates I think would actually work surprisingly well for it. I'd love to try that out sometime on a big vehicle, see how it works. All right, let's use the new longsword markers that I put down really quickly. See how they work. Longsword, no, it's a short sword. Longsword H2A vehicle. Just to double check. Called it. Marker is longsword enter. Okay, so we now get into the longsword enter marker. So here is the driver's seat. And we enter through the longsword enter marker. And let's see, how far back can I get in the longsword enter marker? That's a pretty good distance. I think multiplayer people will still be able to get in from here. Okay, but the real question is now, is my character's in? How do I look in the seat? I feel like that's pretty important. Is it good? It's rotated the wrong way completely. Okay, so I'll have to rotate my Spartan around and then move him up a little. I think his booty's in the seat. A little bit. I'll move it up slightly. Very slightly. So rotate Z, negative 180. Rotate Z, 90? No, rotate Z, negative 90. And move up that much. Cool. That should make it so our Spartan now actually sits in the seat. And I'm not going to render lighting because that takes forever. I just want to see if this actually works. Let's see. Take it out. And then back in. Did it work? Ah! Oh, no, I rotated him the wrong way. Whoops. Alright, now I rotated him back around. We should be good. When your super chat gets in here. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get to see. My apologies. I check them relatively often. It's just sometimes I get so caught up in working that it slips me by. Just let me know if I miss it. But yeah, thank you very much for that $5. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate you. Consider making a short sword. Maybe the long sword gets a nuke and the short sword gets a smaller bomb. Yeah, I'd be down with that. That'd be cool. Green did make a short sword. I have it in my file still. It was one of his first models he made. Okay. So let's see. Is this a good position? Yes, it looks pretty good. I feel like he should lean back more. He's really in there. Really in there. Oh, you know what? No, if I did the ghost one, he'd hunch over. That's doable for now. I think that's pretty decent, you know. At least Chief is actually in the seat I'll re-import this now with full lighting. Because right now there's literally no lighting on it. It's just full bright. It's ugly. Also, if anyone in chat knows how to add lights that render on the model import process, I would love to know. Because I don't know, a lot of Bungie's models should be pitch black, but they're not. And I don't know how the hell they did it, frankly. There we go. Alright. So, Longsword's a little bit more polished up. The wings are finally fixed. It's got some new places where you can enter into the thing. Really should fix up the animations a little. Ooh, wait, did you see that? Hold on. Let's try that again. I get out. And I'm inside the okay, this is not an ideal place to be, admittedly. Alright. Now some ideas. First of all, I want to make this thing blow up. I want it to blow up and look badass when it does. So... Oh wait, speaking of the short sword, let me show you. This is not my short sword, so let me just make that clear. Green made this a long, long time ago. Like 7, 8 months ago, I think he made this. But this is his old short sword. I believe he pulled it out of Halo Wars and did a lot of custom model work to it. This is what it looks like. He even added some pretty dope effects to it. I really like this thing. Now that he doesn't care about this vehicle and hasn't touched it in a while, I am very tempted to make my own, I won't lie. It's a really cool vehicle. But it's kind of a space fighter. Xerxes, thank you very much for the $5. As an Easter egg, can you add a button to the longsword that makes your player remove their helmet only to reveal another helmet underneath? I don't know if I can actually do that, to be honest. But that would be really funny. Maybe that's the enter seat animation. When you very first get in and sit down, your player removes his helmet to show another helmet and then puts his hands on the console. Ow. Yeah, there you go. That's Green Knight's old short sword. It's a very cool vehicle. I think that one also drops bombs. Though I didn't show that, but oopsies. Let's see though. Let's see. As far as this is, I kind of want to add the destruction objects. To be real with you, like I want to make it so the longsword explodes now and spawns some big ol' blown up longsword chunks. Kind of boring, but it would be cool. I know there's already a bunch of longsword chunks in the game, so I can use those for like the engines and stuff. But let me see. Rejected, I love how I spent 10 hours making a Forge map, and the next version of Ultimate Forge will be out in 18 minutes. Yeah, totally. Totally out in 18 minutes, I swear. So let me append my longsword destroyed objects. Oh, it's actually about the right size. I'm a little shocked. It's a little bit small, but not as small as I thought it was going to be. Bigger. Okay, there we go. That's about the right size for it. There we go. So this will be the destroyed bit of the longsword. And I'll put it here like that. Oh, you know what? Oh, hold on. I gotta delete it. There's something I forgot to do. Which was to go into the file and run the holy command, import fix-ups. There we go. Beautiful. Sharpened edges, just like I spent all that time doing. It did it automatically. Look how nice that is. You'd love to see it. Okay, now that I did that, I can import these to the actual longsword. So, as far as the actual longsword goes, it's got all these things, but it does not have face maps. So this will be base, hull. I'll assign all of this to it. And then I will append the destroyed longsword that I just did, the one that I just fixed up. There we go. Just redo those transforms I did a second ago. Rotate 180, move it into place, scale it up, not that much. That looks about right. Yeah, that's about right. I move it upwards like that. I think that's about right. Then these objects I'm going to attach here, the main area, and this will be... Actually, you know, I got to remove the gib. This will just be the destroyed longsword body. And I'm going to just called it long, as one does. Remember, longswords are powered by mini fusion reactors. Those blow up. It'll be energetic. Yeah, this thing's going to have a big boom. Big old boom. So as far as face maps goes, I'm going to call this destroyed hull. And assign it all to that. Make sure it doesn't have any vertex groups. Good. And I can toss it onto there. Now they're merged, and that also means that now this thing has two regions. The destroyed hull and the base hull, which is all good. So now I will export this out. And then I can set up the regions pretty easily. Don't like this. Sorry. Peace and love. Hi, girl. Alrighty. So there's that. And I'll re-import the whole thing. And while I have that, I get to set up regions. Ooh, regions. So fun. So it'll be a variant named defaults. It'll have regions. The region name will be hull. It'll have a permutation called what? Defaults. Probability 1 with a state called destroyed, which will be state destroyed. And I'll probably add like an effect to it somewhere, somehow. I think that's right. I think I set that up right. It has re-imported. Now I can go to the damage section. So it has one instant response, which is to kill the object, which basically destroys the longsword, and I can set the region hull to the state of destroyed. So theoretically, it should probably be float. Oh. That wasn't supposed to happen. Alright, let's work on that. I'm going to my flyable Pelican model real quick. Double check the name of everything. I think I just mislabeled something. Defaults, variant. The region name is hull, which is correct. Permutation name is base. Probability of 1. Ow, that's my cat scratching me. Oh, no states. There we go. Oh no, there is a state. Okay. Okay, yeah, there we go. So, add the state. Permutation name destroyed. State is destroyed. There we go. Now, if I drop this longsword from really high up, it won't look great yet, but it should. Boom! There we go. It broke. I do need to set up the shaders, but yeah, it switches now to the destroyed model when it blows up. The H2A remake, courtesy of Steve Vai, on 20 pounds of crack. It's called Gene Song. Yeah, Gene Song slaps. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I was working on Blender for a second. I forgot to switch, but okay, I fixed the wheel. The wheel will no longer randomly appear while still in the destroyed state, so that's good. So that's all taken care of pretty well, but the materials on this are a little bit scuffed, I'm going to be honest. Blah, 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 gear, hull, glass. So now we have Longsword engine. I gotta go find all of these files really quickly in my data folder, which I believe are easy to find. Under tags, objects, vehicles, longsword, shaders. So we need hull, decals, and then we need the burn. We'll just shove these into the shaders folder. Now we got those. Then we need longsword burn. What? Is this mine? Did I make this shader? Okay, I did. Yeah, so we just need longsword burn now, wherever that is. Shaders? Longsword burn. Yep, that's all we need. Easy peasy. And now, I'll just re-import it real quick. It should work. It won't be purple anymore. You finally giving the longsword some of that Pelican finality love? I am. It's purple. I hope that's not a sign of a scuffed UV map, but I think that's exactly what it is. We'll find out in a second. Alright. There we go. Okay, well, it's still fucked up and purple. Why? Why are you purple? I have given you what you needed. I gave you the shaders you so desired. Oh, wait. No, I didn't. I lied. I forgot the main shader. What is this? Hold on. I need to search through all of my files for this longsword.shader. There's apparently one just called longsword, which I cannot find. There. This is the one I need. Take me here. Where is this? Oh, it's literally in the mission. Alright, alright. They're all in the mission. Good to know. Okay, so now for real this time, guys, I swear, I have all the proper shaders. Is there a way to give a co-pilot control over the bombs? It would be either pilot has control all the time or co-pilot has control all the time, which means it'll either be a one-person vehicle or like a permanently two-person vehicle. Okay, I am worried though. The fact that this is all purple gives me the feeling that somehow the UV maps are scuffed, and I'm too scared to check in Blender right now. Okay, alright, now I'm just getting BM'd. Now I'm just getting BM'd. Unable to find shader. Oh. It's because I'm dumb. What is this? My charity suite? Get out of here. Alright, I forgot to re-import the updated one. Oopsies. Oops. Spent all that time. Copilot seems more balanced. I would agree. I would agree. Rejected, does this mean I can participate in game nights? Yeah. Okay. The way it's always worked was that people on my Patreon would be accessible to all that stuff, but honestly, I haven't done too much of Patreon in a while, so I think I'm gonna permanently switch over to YouTube members and all that good stuff. But considering it's only 16 player lobbies, it's gonna be a pain to get people in and not have people feel left out. So we'll have to figure that one out. Oh, my longsword is now invisible. Is now completely invisible. A and H. No, G. Alright, let's see again. What is the error? Error creating longsword? I broke it. I don't know what I did to break it, but I broke it. I maybe need the physics model. Or not the physics model. Well, maybe the physics model. I think I need, Do I need to make face maps for every physics model piece, or else it'll break? Ooh, I hope not. Maybe, though. That'll be tedious. Very tedious. Let's see. Actually, no, I shouldn't have to do that, because it worked before. Should map creators get to play their maps when it gets played? Yeah. I will give map creators priority, for sure. So, it's a good incentive. Good incentive to make cool maps. We won't be able to get to everybody's maps, because I assume there'll be... well, I don't know. We'll see how many there really are. But yeah, I will definitely give prior. Is it possible to make a Halo 3 Saber? Yeah, totally. Wouldn't be as cool as... It's still error. Okay, we're still getting an error with the longsword, which is honestly not promising. Because that would seem to imply that my physics model needs face maps. And there are a lot of physics model pieces. Like, a lot. Shotgun slowly turning Halo 3 into a space combat game. Reach would be so much better for that. Excuse me. Like one at a time to perfect it? Yeah, I really don't want to do that. But I might have to. I actually don't know if this is the issue, so I'm gonna cry. If it is not. Oh, I'd have to go through all of these? Are you kidding me? Fuck that. That sounds terrible. Which is weird though, because it was working a minute ago. Let me refresh the map really quickly, just in case this is like a temporary bug. I didn't actually change much between these two things happening. The only thing that I did change was the shaders and the wheel being... Doing physics model phase maps is a real pain. Ah, so it is important? Damn, that's rough. Let me unhide everything. Hide all the markers. And hide the main models. Base hole and destroyed hole. Yeah. Assigned. Does it auto assign them if you make the beginning face map? It does not. Noted. So I need to do a really boring thing for a second. I need to go through every physics model object that you see here and assign them the right face map. I'm literally just not gonna add the other face map, and if it still doesn't work after that, I'll do it. I won't want to do it, but I will do it. Well, in the meantime, we can chat. We cold snap now, boys? That we are. That we are. We got the whole ass longsword with full interior. We are, in fact, cold snap. Alright, let's chat. Because I'm going to be here for a minute, just filling out, doing a little bit of data entry. How's your day going? Tell me about it, chat. Are you excited for Infinite Forge? Are you going to actually reinstall Halo Infinite and play Forge? Because that's what I'm doing. I'll probably be modding while I do my Forge as well, because that's just better. Forge is fun, but modded Forge, I want to see what's in those files, you know? The full release of Forge, what's hidden away in there? What do I get access to that everybody else doesn't? Patch before game night still or not? There are currently no plans for a game night. Or like there will be a game night, but it's just not tonight. I'll announce it and make a big deal out of it when there is one. I promise you that. Alright, we are about... Oh yeah, we're halfway through. Yeah, we're halfway through. Thank God for that, because this is so boring. Holy shit. I'll haunt you until you add wedge long back in Ultimate Forge. I'll make a giga wedge long. It'll be way better. Wedge longest. Actually, as far as forge objects go, I really want to add those Halo 5 forge pieces that... It was Ashlet who was asking for them, right? I remember it being Ashlet. She was always really, really wanting all of the Halo 5 style forge pieces where they're just like smooth terrain with like grass texture, which is a great idea, and I will definitely be adding those. I also need to add invisible barriers that you can only see in forge mode, as well as death barriers that you can place down. Still not 100% certain on how I'm going to do the death barriers, but should be relatively easy. Base map's root? Well, base hole and assign? I hope that doesn't break anything. Okay, we're almost done, thank God. This is really the most boring thing I've had to do all day. Set the nuke to be a charged attack like the charged shot of the plasma pistol. Not a bad idea, honestly. I'm so torn on the nuke. Not even just like on how to shoot it, but like on just... The only reason I even have it is because, well, one, I think nukes are cool. But two, it's like a nostalgia factor. You know, you see a longsword, any custom editions player is going to have flashbacks to dropping nukes on Extinction or Huge Ass or Cold Snap. And I also think the nuke effect came out really good. And I think people have a lot of fun detonating it. I mean, when we did that game the other day, when we had the nuke launcher, like, it literally just evolved into me, Green and Abyss, just nuke launching, like, non-stop. Because it was so fun. So... It's like, as fun as it is, it's not even close to balanced, and it's only going to work on insane maps. And that is exactly why I think I'm going to make two variants of the longsword, one with and one without. And the charge thing is a good idea. Maybe I could even have a whole animation for it, for when it's firing. Okay, I added base hull to every single object. Let's see if it needs to have the other thingy on it, or if I can just get away with doing the one, because there are technically 2 regions, and I added 1 region to all of the physics models, and surely that will work. Surely. Let's just hope you didn't miss a face. Yeah, I know. Part of me is like, oh god, did I accidentally not assign one? Because then I'll have to go back and do it for every single one. I'm not feeling confident. No, you only need 1? Okay, well at least that lets me know that if it's still broken, I just missed a spot. Oh, I missed a spot. I actually don't know what the specifics of the error is. Check warnings? Where do I check those again? I rarely get warnings these days. I don't even remember. Is that in a file here? What would that be under? It's not a crash. Error snapshot? Oh wait, it's the console, isn't it? Where's my console? Oh, let me reposition this. There we go. My output window doesn't have any details about it, huh? How does it not have any details? Gaming chair unknown. Unknown. Covenant Watchtower base. There isn't even a Covenant Watchtower base on the map. Hello? There's no details here about it. What the fuck? Nice console, bro. Yeah, thank you. It's my... Love my console. Yep, well, no details about my longsword. That's helpful. Thanks, game. Didn't want my longsword to work anyway. Wait, could not construct a vehicle. Invalid physics model. Okay, so it is the physics model. We have confirmation. I'm not just dumb and stupid. We do have confirmation. It's the physics model. I'm going through and assigning everything to base hull. At least I don't have to add it this time, so it's a little faster. Well. Forgot what it's called when that happens. When a rocket is launched, there's a small delay before the engine ignites and the rocket goes full speed. Could look cool in the nuke. True. I can give that a try. Okay, this will go like 10 times faster than the last time, thankfully, but I'm still unhappy to be assigning all of these. You know the physics model at the bottom where it's a default region, it means you missed a face on the physics model? Wait, they all have this. Can I? Definitely didn't miss a face on that. Oh my god, I'm actually so stupid. All that work, it didn't matter whether I got it or not because I didn't even re-import the physics model. I did the render model a second time. There we go. Fixed. It was dumb. Didn't even have to do it. Oh, it survived the fall. Okay. I can turn off debug. It worked. I fixed it. I love mod tools again. Stop surviving. Fall to your death. Blow up. You know what? That's just rude. That's just rude. I'm gonna blow it up. Can't stop me. I'm gonna add in, what weapons do I have? I have no weapons on the map. I'm adding rocket launchers right now. Emergency Amber Alert. I'm sorry, I'm at home. Good luck. What? Oh, I don't have the materials set up, do I? Okay. That would explain why it's not taking damage. Now, I get to set up material names for everything. Let's do hard, metal, solid. Let's do metal, thick, human, hornet? Yeah, let's just do hornet for now. I think that's a good one. Actually, for the glass ones, I would actually like to set them to glass. Brittle, glass, human, warthog. Maybe I'll do the same for the screen. And there we go. Okay. Okay, it worked. It blew up. But as I feared, the UV maps need a little bit of help. But that's okay, because I actually think it's not a completely destroyed UV map, but it is instead a very fixable UV map. If your blanket selecting in a sign, you can just open edit mode on all of them by selecting objects and hitting tab. Yeah, I learned that a little too late. I realized it because I did it on accident and I was like, huh, interesting. I think it's just, I don't think it's a broken UV map. I think it's actually just that there are two UV maps for the two objects. Yeah, literally exactly that. One UV map for the actual object and another UV map. What? Alright, so I need to take destroyed hull, separate it, take its UV map. Which one is it? Oh, I love the UV editing windows default state. It's so nice. That's a lie. I hate it. Why is my viewport gone? Okay, there we go. Okay, so yeah, this one is the correct one. Sorry, this is all I'm doing some boring technical work. Ashlet! Thank you for the tenor. Much appreciated. Hit me with the 2 5s out of nowhere. Hey, Rejected and chat. Remember to like the stream. True. Do like the stream if you're enjoying it. How does you streaming after a crummy day at work? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Remember to lobby your local government to create low-income housing and vote in the midterms. Actually do that. It is rough out here. We need more low-income housing. All the prices are skyrocketing through the damn roof. Okay, they both now have the same UV map names. I can get rid of... Make sure this is not... Okay, yeah. Can't have 2 UV maps in Halo, so make sure you name your UV maps correctly, and then merge once you have. Should be good now. And we'll have textures on the destroyed variant. It'll be wicked. Yeah, thank you very much, Ashley. Appreciate you as always. Oh yeah, I think early voting has started in a lot of places, so vote for your midterms. Get your local government in order. Here in Austin, pretty important. So I'm definitely going to be voting. Our local government does some dumb shit. Okay. Oh wait, I imported the physics model again, not the render model. I'm a doofus. We'll try that again. I keep doing that. Why? Because it's so late right now. Alright, we're computing direct lighting. We're computing direct lighting. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh, whoops. Come back. Alright, well. Rejected, I know you don't need to merge your objects. It's easier to keep different damage. Wait, what? You can keep them as separate objects? Oh my god, I wish I knew that earlier. That's such a pain in the ass. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know that. I will from now on keep separate render model objects because fuck that. There we go. Boom! Now I do need to get a custom physics model for this one because it should not be floating, but hey. Not bad. Not bad. Now I can add chunks and things falling off of it. And people will know when this thing blows up. Hell yeah. I do want to add that big Pelican explosion to it now. I think that'll look good. So let's do it. Go to the tags folder. Go back, get our Pelican flyable, or that's Phantom flyable, Pelican flyable folder. Nope, I lied. It's just in the base Pelican folder. Bro, are you okay? You've been coughing for like 2 minutes straight. My poor kitty cat, she has asthma. Alright, FX main explosion effect on the longsword. Throw it in there. The explosion should be a fair bit larger, actually. Yeah, the explosion will be very big. Very, very big. Alright, well now that I know I can keep these things separated, I'm just going to name them appropriately. This one will be, what is it? Base hull and destroyed hull. Cool. Alright, longsword blows up now, but we need that thick, juicy explosion. Can you add a Covenant nuke launcher and a human nuke object? Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I could totally do that. I could go grab that World War II era nuke from the Crow's Nest mission. And then we already have the Space Pickle for the Covey nuke. But yeah, Covey nuke launcher? Absolutely. Absolutely. Alright, human explosion aerial is not even triggering anymore. But that's fine. Because now we have a better one. It'll start as the Pelican explosion. I want to first see how big the explosion itself is. The one I used for the Pelican. Probably won't be nearly big enough. But we will see. We will see. Let me look at the markers that this has. Longsword D, longsword enter. I'll have to probably make a new marker for it. But for now, I will have it go there. And let me open up the longsword explosion effect and make sure that... Oh, it's already open. Location is set to root. Let's put longsword enter as the explosion point. Okay, let's try this again. Damn. Yep, that's not nearly big enough, and it needs to be like in the center. So, I'll make a marker for that. And I'll make this explosion way, way bigger. Did you know that Johnson smoking next to the nuke isn't actually all that dangerous? Nuclear detonations happen when the demon core goes super critical. Yes, although it is not technically called the demon core. When your weapons grade plutonium is compressed through a lot of explosives down to the point where it goes critical or super critical. And then the chain reaction starts, and then in a split second, everything is melted into nothingness. All right, where are my markers? There you are. Boom. So this marker will be called Longsword destroyed. Very important marker. And I will put it right here. Oh, you know what would be so cool? What if instead of it just like instantly exploding, it took like half a second and like the two engines explode, it goes like boom, 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 and then the whole thing explodes. Like instead of it just being one giant thing. Wait, the explosion flash is way too fast. When a plane goes down, you get a ball of fire and not a flash. Yeah, okay, all right, here's my plan. Here's my plan. Longsword destroyed 1. It'll be a marker over here in the engine. Longsword destroyed 2 will be a marker of the same type, but in the other engine. Ow, I accidentally just crushed my own balls. I want to die. Alright, Longsword destroyed 2 will be right there. Okay, okay, cool. I'll move both of these down actually. Longsword destroyed 2. I'll put them like in the engines, and I think probably out the back a little bit, like there. And then last, I will have Longsword destroyed main, and this is going to be where the main giant explosion that I'm going to make comes from, and that'll just be like in the center-ish here, like that. Okay, cool. I'll export those out. Put the updated render model in there. And re-render it. And then while it's doing that, I'm also going to steal the Pelican little explosions. That under FX destruction, the engine destruction, I think those will be good. I'll probably have to enhance their size a little bit because they are kind of small. But basically, I'll take that effect, put it in the Longsword. So what I'm envisioning and what I'm about to make is Longsword gets destroyed. When it gets destroyed, there won't be enough time to hop out. It'll be like half a second. There'll be one engine will explode. A moment later, the other one will explode, and then the main thing will sort of be like, ba ba ba, like a whole triple whammy. So, engine explosions. So, now that I have that, I'll refresh my tags, and there will be a delay, so it'll be a half-second delay. And then I'll add in the effect as engine explosions. And then to make this work, I will show you some effect trickery. So in the effect, there's a couple events right now. It's got a flash, that's followed by a fireball, and then a loop delay. So I'm going to take the flash event, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to add in a new event and replace it with that. What? Hello? Don't save. Let's try that again. Oh, wait, I'm dumb. Okay, so I'm going to copy the parts from Flash, make a new event, call it Flash2, and slap those in there. And then I'm going to copy the particles from Flash and put those in Flash 2. And also take a loop delay and delete that for now. Well, whatever, I'll get back to it. So then we have fireball, so we'll put the second fireball, which is literally just the particle systems. I'll add a new thing, call it fireball 2. This is for the second engine, slap it on in there. And then loop delay, I'm just going to call this delay. It'll be a 0.25 second delay before the second fireball triggers. Cool, cool. So now we have 2 fireballs, but in order to make them go to the different engines, we need to set those markers. So to do that, I need to add location. Instead of a replace marker, we'll have Longsword destroyed 1, which is that one engine when I put down. I'll duplicate and we have Longsword destroyed 2. So now we've got those 2 sections placed down in the effect. And that's what, 1 and 2? Or no, it's 1 and 2. Yeah. So for the first flash, they'll all be on Longsword destroyed 1. Everything should be on it. And Fireball will be as well. And then Flash 2, though, I need to set everything to the second one. Including all these particle systems, so I'll just set all of these really quickly. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And then the last thing I need to do is the Fireball, which just has a whole bunch of particles that need to be set to the right area. And now we are golden. Cool, that effect is in. There's that delay. 0.25, so it'll go pa pa pa. Now the main explosion effect is in. The last thing I need to do is set it to not be on this, but Longsword destroyed main. Sorry, by the way, I haven't been reading chat. I've been going through it. So sort of how the Phantom explodes? Yes, exactly. Re-import, because I don't know if I did it, and I want to be safe. So sort of like the Falcon explosion. Does the Falcon explode like that? I don't remember. BRB headed over work. See you soon. Alright, so I do still need to make the explosion bigger, so don't forget that, but I want to try out the timing on this. Let's see. Half a second is not nearly enough time to get out of the range of this, so it should still be good. My rocket launcher. Is it not here? Did I reset the map? Okay, no it is. Okay, let's see. I don't know how many rockets it takes to blow this thing up, but we will find out here in a second. What? The rockets still go through it? Hello? What's up with that? Can I at least AoE it? I thought I fixed that. Pretty sure I fixed that. I totally did. But the physics model isn't interacting with the projectiles at all. Aw. Okay, well I'll work on that later. I can still test out the destruction by having it fall from the sky. So let's see. It gets shot out of the air and this is what happens. What? Hello? Where are my explosions? Hello? Imagine not choosing Pillar of Autumn. Must be one of those hacker people from the internet. That's right. I'm a legendary hacker. I'm glad you noticed. I'm very cool. So I'll re-import the physics model because I think it might be busted. And then I'll redo that. And then let me make sure I actually named these right because it seems like I have that. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think I know why. Okay, so that's good. And then the final explosion area is called Longsword Destroyed Main. And that's where this main explosion goes. And I think it's, yeah, it's finished re-importing. So theoretically, it'll explode now. There we go. The explosion's still way too small, I think, on all of them, but not bad. Oh, it just didn't blow up that time. Alright. I think I'm going to make that delay 0.75 though, because I didn't feel like there was enough time on that engine to like see it explode. But as nice as the little engine explosions are, I do want to make this explosion like also way bigger. Way bigger. So I'm going to say screw the explosive flashes for now, and I'm going to work on the amount, the scale of the fireball. Particle starting count. I'm at least going to make this twice as big. So I'm going to have twice as many particles on the fireball. And the velocity, I think it comes out with a velocity of 20 to 5. I'm going to do 40 to 5. And we're going to see how that looks. Because the smoke won't come out with it. So it's going to look a little funny. It's only going to be the fire that goes out really far, but that's better. That is better. Let me at least match the smoke up to that amount by doubling the starting count and the velocity. Then we can decide whether or not to scale it up or whatever else. Also, I'll take care of the explosive flashes. It should definitely be like impressively large, so I believe it's just a scale. The explosive flashes are just a scaling type thing. I'm gonna double the scale of the initial explosive powerful flash. It's a really quick one, but it should be okay. And then the light beams, kind of fine starting count, fine lifespan, but their size or their scale goes from 0.5 to 1.5. I'm gonna make that like 4.5. Let's see how that looks. And what you think? Okay, 4.5 was a little bit much. I feel like those flashes there were very large. And the fireball definitely needs to be bigger than what it's at right now. But I think turning the explosive flashes down a little bit, and then I just think the explosion needs to be like way bigger, to be honest. I don't know what y'all think, but I didn't feel like that was nearly impressive enough. Covey warship props would be really nice. I agree. Maybe scale up the explosion. Oh yeah, I agree with that as well. Scaling up the engine explosions, Anthony, is a must. I just get hyper focused on big juicy explosions. I'm gonna double the size of the fire particles. They're small. Goes from 0.5 to, let's make it 2. Now you know what? I'm just gonna increase. Can I increase the base size? Nah, fuck that. It's too much. Way easier to just increase the scaling. Human debris. That's probably fine. I'll leave the human debris where it's at. But I do think I need to up the velocity a little bit more because they need to explode in a larger range. See, 80 is probably going to be too much. I'll probably have to turn down to 60, but I at least want to know what that looks like. Bart and I, good to see you. Thank you very much for that $5. Good evening, Rejected. Thanks for streaming. Thank you for tuning in. It'd be amazing if there was a fireball that ejected through the front glass of the cockpit. Ooh, that's a really cool idea. That is a really, really cool idea. Yeah, fuck it. I'll do that. That sounds sick. Oh, that looks bad. Yeah, I didn't like that very much. Definitely turning down the velocity. At the very least. Even at 60, it might be too much. I get a feeling. Basically, if it wasn't obvious, for whatever reason, it might not be just because I'm in it and I understand all this, but... See, that's good. Not bad. You could take the fire from the end of the elevator at the crow's nest to do that. Honestly, I'll say fuck it and just do it myself. No, that doesn't look bad. I think it's actually a reasonably sized explosion for the longsword. Now my real question is, why the hell does the longsword just have projectiles shoot right through it? I was having that issue with the scarab earlier, and I fixed it by switching up the materials, but... Oh, is it the collision model? Oh, wait. Maybe I just need to re-import the collision model, because I haven't done that yet with all the new stuff. Wait, unable to import. Could not force section base hole root to be rigid. It appears to be... Oh, wait. We got some vertex issues. Hold on. That would explain a lot. It literally does not have a collision model right now. Interesting. So let's check out what the collision model looks like right now. So what did it say? Could not force section base hole root to be rigid. Well, I don't even use the root vertex group as far as I know. Or do I? Oh no, I do. Alright, let me switch to weight painting mode and see what's going on here. Oh, you know what? There's no section for the destroyed part. That's probably what it is. I'll add a new vertex group for that and put it on the main model as well. Call it destroyed. Assign that. Yeah, root and destroyed. Cool. That should fix it, I think. Cool. I think that'll do it. I'll re-import everything now and all will be good. Hey, KGR Pirate, thank you very much for the tenor. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Ayo, love the video uploaded. Gave me the same energy when you're streaming, which was perfect. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Also love how you explain the mechanics of the build rather than a normal showcase. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really enjoy explaining how that stuff works because some people find that interesting. I know some people don't care, but I don't know. I put in all that work and it's nice to showcase it even if it's only for 10 seconds or so. So I'm glad though. Okay, failed to load at least one intermediate geometry. Fatal error, could not force section base hole root to be rigid. It appears to be skinned. Really? Sure shouldn't be. Maybe I'll just do the collision model as the regular longsword and just call it a day for now because I can handle the intricacies of that stuff off stream and not force you to watch me do some real boring stuff. Base hole root could not force section to be rigid. It appears to be Alright, show me where. Oh, it literally is. How did that happen? Who did this? Who did this? I didn't do this. What the fuck? Girl, you just broke everything. Why are you such a klutz? How'd you do? Oh, your tail is so poofy. How'd you do that? How'd you do that? Alright, I figured it out. I don't know how that happened. Sometimes shit just happens. Root, no. This is front landing gear 1, I think. I don't know, let me see. Yeah. Remove this from root. Remove. Front landing gear 1. Looks good. I have no idea how these got merged together, but at the very least they don't need to be full strength for this stuff. That's flood music. Yeah, so I'll just take this and this. Duplicate them. Merge the duplicates. This will be our collision model. I think it's good now. There was only one area. Wait, do you reckon RKI work could be fixed soon? Oh, yeah. God, I keep forgetting to do that. I'm getting so distracted. I've been spending a lot of time just like hanging out and playing games with friends lately off stream. That all my Halo modding just basically happens on stream at this point. Well, not actually. I still do it off stream because I'm obsessed, but yeah, you know. All right. Base hole. You're really giving me some trouble today. The root section. All of the landing gear has this issue? What the hell? How did that happen? I'm not going to pretend to understand, but somehow it happened. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I was muted. Yes! It's working! Thank God! It actually worked. Okay, the collision model's in. We're fine. Everything's fine. We can actually shoot this thing with rockets now. I was wondering for so long. It's so obvious. There's just no collision because there's no collision model. Crazy. Okay, well, it's still broken, but we'll work on that. By work on it, I mean I'm going to do this the lazy way. Oh, wait, maybe the reason it wasn't working this whole time is it was importing the wrong one. I had 2 collision models in there. Keep up with the amazing Halo content. Thank you, Ninja. I appreciate that. Alright, we're rocking, we're rolling. Damn, we've already been streaming for 2 hours? Let's go. Alright, let's see. It still doesn't work. What the fuck? Hello? I'm pretty sure that worked. It might be due to region stuff. Okay, but is that the render model or the collision model? Let's see. Collision model's true. Okay, yeah, so it actually did import correctly. That's good. Let me refresh real quick, just in case it's like a thing, because I've destroyed it a couple times. Okay, it's still going through it, but the collision model is there. It is there. So, might just be like a region thing. Which would make sense. Wonder if that does it. Can I literally just duplicate the render model a second time and like have it work? Surely it's not that easy. Surely not. That would be too simple. Check face maps? Yeah, I did. It's definitely face maps is the issue. Let's see if my quick and dirty fix will work. Okay, really, bro? Really coughing up a storm tonight. Oh my God. Remember that nuclear device from the Reach Liver Hope trailer that Cat was carrying? Now that would be a fun item to use in game. Yeah, that would be fun. I did not fix it. But that is a nice explosion. I'll work on it off stream. I don't want to work on such a boring bit of content on stream, to be honest. Real question is, does this physics model match up? Not really. I'll have to make a custom physics model for the destroyed bits, but that is not a huge priority for me at the moment. It's my cat. My cat is on my controller. This is decent though. Let me at least make those smaller explosions a little bit larger. I think that would be nice. And then after that, I'll feel pretty good. You missed. I shot and I missed. How big are these fireballs? You know what? I'm gonna be honest. It's this is gonna sound so lame. It's getting late and I'm kind of tired. I want to add fire in here, or smoke here, maybe a little bit of smoke there, and then add like the wing piece that falls off here as well. And overall, it'll be nice. And then I'll improve the size of the explosions here. And then as it's taking damage, I'll add little fire and smoke bits all around it, and maybe add some slight damage states. We'll see though. We'll see. But yeah, tonight's kind of a slow night. I'm feeling kind of slow to top it off, and it'll be all right. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go for the night and stream tomorrow. Wait, what's today? Sunday. Yeah, I'll stream tomorrow. We'll have a nice Monday stream. It'll be relaxing. And honestly, I might fix a couple bugs on stream tomorrow and release Ultimate Forge, but we'll see. No promises yet. In any case, I think I'll just end it here then. We've been going for a little over 2 hours, and we can keep it up tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow for another stream if you want to get in on some more fun Halo modding goodness. Give me some suggestions for what to showcase next in a video, and I will happily do it. But for now, I think that's just about going to be it. Thank you very much for all the generous super chats, the very generous tips. Thank you for just being here in general and enjoying the content, giving me good suggestions, such as that fire idea out the front. I think that's going to look great. Fire there, smoke and all that. Anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. very, very much. Very glad to have you as my community. But for now, that's been the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Good night. Mwah.